Okay, we're going to get the solutions for homework 5, which was marked as 8 on the sheet. Okay, and remember it was a selection of questions, one of them being question 1. Okay, any multiple choice questions are worth either 0 or 2. 0 for a wrong answer, 2 for the correct answer, nothing in between. Okay, the angle between the line √3y plus x is equal to 0, and the positive direction of the x-axis is A30, B60, C120, D150. Okay, that's a non-calculator question. It'd be interesting to see how many folk actually achieved it without a calculator, because we haven't quite reached this bit in the course, but I decided to put it in anyway. Okay, so √3y is equal to minus x. I need to write the form y equals mx plus c and extract the gradient. Okay, and then y is equal to minus x over √3. Okay, now an alternative way of thinking about that is minus 1 over √3x, which is the same thing. Okay, so the gradient then is minus 1 over √3. Okay, so it's m equals tan theta. Tan theta equals minus 1 over √3. Okay, so what we can do with that then is change that to a positive result. This is now getting back to a bit of National 5 work. Okay, so I've changed it to a positive, so I'm going to look in not all in tan, but sine and cos. Theta equals tan inverse 1 over √3. Okay, that is a non-calculated exact value equation. You just haven't reached that yet. That will give you 30 degrees, but we're in the sine quadrant, so it's going to be 180 take away 30. In any case, the answer is 150 degrees. Let's have a look at question 3. We missed out question 2. Okay, so again, 2 or nothing. And question 2 was asking you complete the square given 3x squared plus 18x plus 11. And tells you to complete the square by saying that to you, which means complete the square. Okay, so let's take out a common factor 3. 3 bracket x squared plus 6x, close the bracket, plus 11. Okay, half that 6 down to 3, create a square bracket. 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27, get rid of 27, add on 11. 3 bracket x plus 3 all squared minus 16, and that was option B. For question 1, I should have said that was option D. Question 2, option B, 2 or nothing. Okay, the next one is simple polynomials. Show that minus 2 is a root of x cubed minus 5x squared minus 8x plus 12 equals 0. Okay, so minus 2 up at the front. Coefficients of 1 minus 5 minus 8 and 12. Okay, 1 times minus 2 is minus 2, minus 2 minus 5 is minus 7, minus 7 times minus 2 is 14, 14 minus 8 is 6, 6 times minus 2 is minus 12, 12 minus 12 is 0, r equals 0, therefore x plus 2 is a factor. Okay, let's mark that off as 1 mark if you get to there. Okay, you need to make the statement. Okay, in fact, let's make that 2 marks. Let's say it's 1 mark for setting up synthetic division and getting to 0. 1 mark for that, and a second mark for communicating that result. Okay, the question then says to go ahead and solve that equation. So let's go for the next mark being that you write this bit down. Okay, so you interpret that as being x squared minus 7x plus 6 with x plus 2 in front of it equal to 0. Okay, let's go. That'll be a third mark then, so 1, 2, 3 marks now. Okay, and then the fourth mark then for just solving it to get 3 answers. So 2 numbers multiply give 6, that together give minus 7 is minus 6 and minus 1. So that's x plus 2 equals 0, x minus 6 equals 0, x minus 1 is equal to 0. So that will give me final answers of x equals minus 2, x equals 6, x equals 1, and that's another mark. Let's say that's the fourth mark. Okay, next question, we've got f of x equals 2x cubed minus 4x squared over the square root of x. Question says find f dash 4. I'm going to say that's a 3 mark question. Okay, let's say the first mark is to differentiate properly, so let's get into that. So f of x equals 2x cubed minus 4x squared over x to the 1/2. Okay, so that's now 2x cubed minus, okay, we're going to divide, so subtract the power, so 2 pizzas, take away half a pizza is 3/2. 4x to 3/2. Okay, we can now differentiate. And that'll give me 6x squared minus, okay, 3/2 times 4 is 12/2, that's 6. And 1 off the power, 3/2, take away 2/2 is 1/2. Okay, 6x squared minus 6x to the half, and let's say that is 1 mark. Okay, so second mark for tidying that up and subbing in x equals 4. Okay, so 6 lots of 4 squared minus 6 lots of the square root of 4, let's say that's the second mark. And third mark being that you just get the final answer correct. Okay, so four squared is 16, 16 times 6 is 96. You need to go to the side to do that when you go and do it. But remember, this is non-calculator, minus 6 times 2. So that's 96 minus 12 is 84. Let's say that that is the third mark. Okay, next question. Show that the function f of x equals 2/3 x cubed plus 4x squared plus 8x minus 1 is never decreasing. Okay, so decreasing, any kind of interpretation of the curve going up or down is differentiation. So let's go for a first mark if you differentiate properly. Okay, so bring that down, multiply. 2 times 3 is 6, divided by 3 is 2, 2x squared plus 8x plus 8. Okay, so let's say 1 mark if you get to that. Now the next thing is, if this curve is never decreasing, that means it's always either going along or going up. I.e., what does that mean? The gradient is always greater than or equal to 0. Okay, second mark, let's go for factorising this properly. 2 bracket x squared plus 4x plus 4. Two numbers are multiplying, give 4, I'd give 4 is 2 and 2. 2 bracket x plus 2 bracket x plus 2. Now the key thing we're looking for then is to package that up as something squared. So if you got to that, let's say that that is a third mark. A second mark, rather. Okay. And then third mark for communicating the result. So the gradient can be packaged up with something squared. Something squared needs to be greater than or equal to 0 for all values of x. Therefore, function is never decreasing. Okay, so let's go 1 mark if you got to here, second mark if you got to here, and third mark for this bit. Okay, next question. The roots of x squared minus k plus 3x plus 3k plus 1 are equal to 0. Find k. Okay, the roots are equal. Let's go for 1 mark for interpreting that properly, which is the discriminant is equal to 0 for equal roots. So if you make that statement, give yourself 1 mark. Okay, my next move in this question is to identify a, b and c. So a is the coefficient x squared, that is 1. B is the coefficient of x, be careful, that is minus bracket k plus 3. And c is everything else, that's 3k plus 1. Okay, let's feed that into b squared minus 4ac minus bracket k plus 3 whole squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 3k plus 1. Okay, if you get to something like that, let's say that that's a second mark. Okay, from there, square a negative, you get a positive, so it's going to be k squared plus 6k plus 9 minus 4 bracket 3k plus 1 is equal to 0. K squared plus 6k plus 9 minus 12k minus 4 equals 0. That'll be k squared minus 6k plus 5 equals 0. If you get to that, give yourself a third mark. Okay, final mark is going to be solve for k then. Two numbers are multiplied, give 5, had to give minus 6, minus 5, minus 1. K minus 5 equals 0, k minus 1 equals 0, k equals 5, k equals 1. If you do both of them, that's your next mark. Okay, final question then. The diagram shows a rhombus PQRS with diagonals PR and QS. Something else, PR and QS. PR has equation y minus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. PR has equation y minus 2x plus 2 equals 0. I'm just going to put that next to that. Find the equation of the diagonal QS. Well, a diagonal is a straight line. We need to find the gradient of a straight line. With the equation of a straight line, you need a point lies on the line. Okay, we've got that, which is this one. Now we need the gradient, so we need to get the gradient of this red dotted line. Okay, now the first thing to note is that the diagonals of a kite will intersect at a right angle, which is important. Because if I can find now the gradient of this line, I can then flip and invert to get the gradient of this line. Can I get the gradient of this line? I definitely can. I just need to write this in form y equals mx plus c. So bring that across, and that's going to be y equals 2x minus 2. The gradient is 2. m1, m2 equals minus 1. Flip and invert, and that's going to give me minus 1/2 for the gradient here. Okay, so I've got the gradient, it's minus 1/2. I've got the point minus 2, 4 into y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. That's y minus 4 is equal to minus 1/2 bracket x minus minus 2, which is plus 2, multiply through by 2. 2y minus a is equal to minus 1 bracket x plus 2. 2y minus a equals minus x minus 2. Bring that over, and that'll be 2y equals minus x plus 6. Okay, let's have a look at the allocation of marks. Okay, first mark, let's go for extracting the gradient of 2. Second mark for recognising the gradient of that one to be minus 1/2. Third mark for subbing it in there, and a fourth mark for getting the final answer.